Spiders 2 is a 2001 creature feature directed by Sam Furstenberg. A young couple lost at sea are rescued by a cargo ship, but their safe haven is not what it seems, as they soon discover the ship is an experimental breeding ground for giant mutant spiders. But before we get into this webbed wonder, I just want to ask that if you end up enjoying this video, then please consider dropping a like and maybe even subscribe, as it would really help my channel grow. So thanks. Also, there will be full spoilers ahead, but if that doesn't bother you, then grab your bacon and eggs flavoured popcorn and hop onto the World Wide Web as we dive into Spiders 2. So the movie begins with a title card which has a serious exsanguination problem, before we see this fella dragging a dead body in a bag, and is about to feed it to this giant spider.
Time for din-dins, Webby Wilmer.
Oh, human again! I wanted sheep!
I keep telling you the internet sheep shoppers ran out of sheep. Now eat up and you might get a rat for dessert if you're lucky.
Then we see these dinghies heading towards this solitary boat at night, and they're up to no good, I reckon. But so are the folk on board said boat, as this guy squashes a big spider with his shoe, and then just sits down to play cards. Are you seriously going to leave that dead spider on the wall?
Xavier, where are those margaritas?
Well, you see, the thing about that is, make 'em yourself, you lazy bitch. But while they're having fun, the dinghy bastards have boarded their boat with guns, and they head down below like, "Okay everyone, be cool, we're only here to kidnap you, and eventually kill you." Oh, why'd you have to go and mention the killing, Tony? Now they're gonna fight back! No, they won't. And the barman's bad day gets even worse, as he doesn't even fight back and they still beat the crap out of him. So they tie everyone up, bag them and then toss them into the dinghies. All except the barman, who may have finally caught a break. Oh, for fuck! Man, that's the best exploding boat effect I've seen since Carnosaur 3. I'm gonna have to add that to my list. Excuse me. There we go. Then we meet our protagonists, who are on their honeymoon. We've got Becky and Dominic on a boat, but then they notice something floating nearby.
What the hell is that?
How do you not know what a boat is? You're on one! So they go in for a closer look and Dom says,
Hello? Is anybody on board?
I am, mate, but I'm a bit crispy and well past my expiry date. So Becky takes some photos of the cops to add to her honeymoon photo album, but then they notice a storm's rolling in, and before they can say soggy sausages, they're right in the thick of it. And for some bizarre reason, Becky decides to sit outside and get drenched, while Dom sends out a mayday from inside. But when he goes back outside, she's gone! Somehow the numpty has managed to fall into the water, despite the waves being about as rough as silk bed sheets. So Dom jumps in to save her, but then the boat decides to sink because it couldn't be arsed living anymore. Wow, Dom! That boat was really shit. Yeah, it was. And then the two of them start swimming somewhere. Where the hell are you swimming to? You're in the middle of the ocean! Anyway, they soon stop swimming because it's pointless. And then they see a cargo ship nearby. So Dom whips out this weird little device which apparently fires flares but looks more like a toy you'd get free with a kids magazine. Luckily, the crew on board the ship see the flare and drop a ladder for them to climb up, which Becky somewhat struggles with.
Blah,
Try again, Becky! You can do it!
blah,
Don't worry, I've got it this time! Yeah, I'm doing it! I'm doing it!
blah.
A few hours later and they're on board the ship where they meet the captain, who I'm going to call Captain Moo, because that's the noise cows make. And he takes them to see the ship's doctor, because Dom seems to have cut his neck on the water.
If there's anything else I can get you, just let me know, and if we have it, I'll make sure you get it.
Do you have a tub of Ben & Jerry's? Yes, but that's mine, so you can't have it. But you said, no, it's mine! Then the doctor rocks up and, please can I have a doctor who doesn't look like he's going to use me in his evil experiments?
Well, let's have a look at you. Don't touch that.
Motherfucker, it's my neck! I think I'd rather take my chances with an infection over Dr. Menace and his assistant Igor Browse. Oh, and what's he doing now? Whatever he's doing, he ends it by really tightly nipping Dom's belly.
Ow.
Next, please.
And then he does the exact same thing to Becky, with the extent of their complaints being,
Damn!
and neither of them bring up how mental that was, probably because the doc looks so trustworthy. Then after giving Dom an antibiotic shot, Toothpick Terry shows them to their cabin, where Becky says,
Why do these things always happen to us?
okay, I get it, the boat was shit, let it go. Anyway,
I think maybe it's a sign.
no, this is a sign. No, that's a DVD of the movie Signs. I think you'll find you're a DVD of the movie Signs. I hate it when he does that. The next morning and Captain Moo offers Dom and Becky some breakfast, and she says,
Hey, tell him about the boat.
Honest to God, you're not gonna let this go, are you? So they follow the captain to the dining hall and Becky spots a rat running around.
What's that?
Dinner.
You're kidding, right? No, the rat really is called Dinner. Well, that is a stupid name for a rat, Captain Moo. Please, just Moo. No, you Moo. Yes, I am. What? And also, what kind of sick son of a bitch fills a joint of beef with carrots before cooking it?
That pisses me off.
Please, join me at my table.
Ooh, your table, eh? Some kind of table connoisseur, are you? But as soon as they sit down to eat, Dom's wound starts leaking, so Dr. Menace takes him away to have a look. So, Doctor, do I have a mouth? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Afterwards, Dom has a walk down this corridor where the ceiling is taking a piss in public. Disgusting. Then he finds a locked door, but can't see what's behind it because the window is more filthy than my search history. But he gets caught in the act by this seaman, so he says,
You speak English? No English.
But what you just said was in English. Ah, you got us, pal. I was only messing about, eh? Anyway, Dom decides to leave as looking at that monobrow makes him need to take his shit. Oh, God, that makes no sense at all. Oh, sod it, I'll keep it in. Later that day, Captain Moo checks on Dom and Becky, who ask him, Hey, Captain, correct me if I'm wrong, but rumour has it that you have a moustache. Is it true?
Absolutely.
But then Dom starts to feel lightheaded, so they help him back to his bunk and Dr. Menace shows up again.
Excuse me, please.
I need to nip his belly immediately.
Ow! Damn!
So he gives Dom another shot and says he just needs to rest up for a few days. Becky is starting to have doubts about the doc though, so Captain Moo says,
Don't let the doc get to you. He's the most qualified doctor I've ever met.
And how many doctors have you met? 2. And to be fair, the other one was a can of soda, but just forget about it. What's the worst that can happen? Captain Moo then goes to speak to the doc and says,
He's been snooping around. What if he figures out what's going on?
By this time tomorrow, his snooping days will be over.
And his less inquisitive days will begin. And end prematurely with his death. That evening, Dom wakes up after a scary spider dream and starts questioning what's really going on around here. So he goes for a snoop before his snooping days are over, and he ends up finding Igor Browse carting round a dead body in a bag. Then he checks behind this door to find loads of corpses on meat hooks. Hey, any of you corpses know what's going on round here? Nah, sorry mate, we're just hanging out. Chilling. Alright, you've seen a load of dead bodies, go and tell your missus immediately. But even if he did, where are they going to go? They're on a ship. Actually, that's a good point, Ken. Seems to me they're in a bit of a pickle. A giant pickle! But he does tell her, and drags her down to where he saw the corpses. And wouldn't you know it, now they're all gone and replaced with meat. The next day, and Dom is starting to get on Becky's nerves.
We are in danger. They know that we know.
The only thing that we know is that they're not vegetarians. What does that have to do with anything?
No, that was actually pretty good. It's just a shame we're now halfway through the film and there's been less spiders than I've got in me garden shed.
There's something going on here, and I'm gonna figure out what it is.
He then continues the argument in the dining hall, but Captain Moo ain't having it.
Is there a problem here?
I know what's going on here. I know what you people are doing.
Igor? Mono? You're genetically engineering people with ridiculous eyebrows! So they take him away and the doctor gives him another shot. But now Becky is starting to question things too, as despite all the doctor's medical care, Dom seems only to be getting worse.
Will somebody please tell me what the hell is going on?
Don't worry. By this time tomorrow, he'll be a new man.
Now you see, it's saying shit like that makes me worry. I swear to God, if this time tomorrow he has mental eyebrows, I'm gonna lose it. So Captain Moo distracts Becky by letting her use this dark room where she can develop her honeymoon photos, while the crew take Dom down to the bowels of the ship where the doc does his spider experiments. And we see all those lot from the boat at the beginning in some sort of containment chambers.
You're sick, you know that? Totally out of your mind, off the wall, cuckoo bananas, fucking sick.
Which is exactly how I plan to call in sick to work. Sorry, I can't come into work today. I'm totally off the wall, out of my mind, cuckoo bananas, fucking sick. Who are you talking to? The boss from work. But you don't have a boss. It's just you and I. Oh, well, I can't come in today, Ken. Oh, Lord help me. Then once the captain leaves, Igor Browse whips out a cig, but the doc stops him from sparking it up.
No smoking. What part of flammable don't you understand?
Inflammable means flammable? What a country!
So he puts the lighter down and wheels Dom into the spider's chamber.
You know what to do?
Spark up a ciggy?
No, you idiot. Release Webby Wilmer. So out it comes and the spider crawls on top of Dom and impregnates him, which is really gross. I mean, they're not even married. Then the doc explains to Dom that spiders are immune to most diseases that affect humans, so he intends to make mankind disease-free by splicing human and spider DNA. The first step of which is growing new super spiders in human hosts, apparently. But not to worry, Dom, the doc has also created a vaccine, so you'll have something to save you at the end of the movie. Then suddenly she bursts open and a big spider crawls out of her. Bloody hell! This is like the Carnosaur of giant spider movies. I tell you, these mad scientists are all a bunch of sick bastards! Back to Becky, and Captain Moo has set up a romantic dinner for the two of them, because he only has one thing on his mind. Man, I cannot wait for GTA 6. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and kiss Becky because I'm a scoundrel. But she's like, no dickhead, I'm married, so do one. Then she finds the door is locked.
Open the goddamn door!
And then the bugger tries to force himself on her, so she gives him a scratch to the face, a kick in the jewels, and then hits him with a drawer. And this guy's reactions are amazing. So she picks up his keys and unlocks the door, runs out into the hallway, and bloody hell, that's just a picture of a hallway!
Spared no expense.
And also, Becky sounds like me trying to find something decent to watch on Netflix.
Shit!
Captain Moo ain't taking the rejection well though, and starts hitting the wiki like there's no tomorrow. Unfortunately for Becky, she can't find Dom anywhere. And then old Mooey turns up again like, I'm back, and this time I'm chiseled. You mean hammered? Aye, that and all.
There's no way off my ship.
Seriously though, I've been trying to find a way off myself for ages, but no matter where I look, it's just water. Then his lackeys turn up too, and they take her down to the lab. But on the way down in the elevator, she stamps on Toothpick Terry's foot, which in reality would do bugger all, but in this movie stuns him long enough for her to beat the shit out of Mono before stabbing Terry with his toothpick and running off. How on earth did you two let that happen? So Becky makes her way through some vents and finds herself next to this junction box, where she proceeds to turn off the power to the entire ship, and in the process opens every door on board, including the spider cages, which oddly leaves Captain Moo looking confused and really small. So he gets on the phone to his service provider and politely asks them to fix the problem.
Where the fuck is my power?
Thankfully, the ship's emergency generator turns on, but it's too late as Webby Wilmer is almost free. So the Doc and Igor try to close the door, but then...
Ah! Igor has been impaled. Please help, Igor.
Meanwhile, Becky finds Dom and helps him out of his chamber, but then she sees a spider burst out of one of the other test subjects, and realises that'll soon happen to Dom too. Oh, if only the doctor had created a vaccine for such a thing! Oh wait, he did. But before she can get the vaccine, they're attacked by spiders. Then we see the spiders have got onto the deck and oh, they look very shit in the daylight, don't they? Elsewhere, Toothpick Terry gives the captain a call to tell him things have gone tits up, when a spider goes, hehehe, got your leg, and drags him away to his death.
Ah, fucking spiders.
Even his death noise was brilliant. Becky and Dom continue to search for a way out, and past that indecent exposure ceiling, which is still pissing for God's sake. Oh, and they also find Mono dead too. You okay, Dom? Yeah, but I really need to take a shit all of a sudden. But unfortunately for them, they soon get cornered in the dining hall. Not to worry though, Becky has a flamethrower now because why the hell not?
You like that?
Of course not! Why would I like burning to death? Oh! They manage to sneak their way past the spiders and find the Doc getting ready to take off on a lifeboat. And even though he's got them at gunpoint, she still manages to knock him on his ass and take the gun off him! Then she demands the vaccine.
Give it to me.
No!
Oh, go on.
No!
Please?
No!
Pretty please with whipped cream and a cherry on top? Oh, go on then. Really?
No!
Honey, forget about him. I know where it is.
It's in the lab, isn't it?
That's right, you bitch!
Everyone in this movie is useless. Absolutely bloody useless!
My work will live on!
The last few minutes of this movie, like... Anyway, Becky channels her inner Ripley and goes back into the ship to find the vaccine. And after traversing the webby corridors and what appears to be a teenager's bedroom floor, she finds the vaccine, but is then attacked by Webby Wilmer, who chases her through these shipping containers. But Becky comes up with a plan, and opens this fuel container before finding, you guessed it, Igor's lighter from earlier, which she tosses into the fuel and stands there watching the spider burn, instead of running because those barrels behind it will definitely explode soon. Then she takes the hint and runs off back to the elevator. And hang on, is that one of the hazardous waste barrels from the first movie? Oh, God, I hope it is. Anyway, she makes it outside, hops on the lifeboat and gives Dom the vaccine as it descends. Then, oh no, the lifeboat is stuck. So they jump into the water before, boom, the barrels go kablamo, making a hole in the ship, which begins to sink and takes the spiders down with it. And by God, the visual effects here are terrible. Then we see a rescue helicopter approaching, and they find our courageous couple floating on a door, proving that two people can fit on one piece of debris, so eat shit, Titanic. But as they're being pulled up, this crate bobs to the surface, which contains none other than Webby Wilmer, who starts pulling them down. Then in a scene so stupid it's almost a work of genius, one of the rescue crew pulls out a grenade and drop it directly into the hands of Becky, who pulls the pin and drops it into the spider's mouth, making Webby Wilmer go kablamo McSplatto. And so the day is saved. Our heroes have a little celebration smooch and fly off into the sunset like...
Damn.
End of movie. And there we have it, folks. And much like the first Spiders, I thoroughly enjoyed this one too. Don't get me wrong, like, it's not a good movie. It makes no sense, is outrageously stupid, and the visual effects are terrible. But I laughed my ass off all the way through it, so I can't really ask for much more. So, Spiders 2, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comments below while I sharpen my other senses by covering my eyes. Right, and now to navigate my way to the kitchen.